In a small village perched on the edge of the Scottish coast, where the gray sky merges with the raging sea, lived Layla Bell, a girl with hair like glowing copper and eyes reflecting the blue of the waves. She was the daughter of the village's only boat builder, skilled in carving wood like her father, but her heart belonged to music. Every evening, she would sit atop the high rocks and play a mournful melody on her violin, blending with the whistling wind, as if serenading the distant horizon. One summer, a merchant ship docked at the tiny harbor. On board was James MacLeod, a young sailor fleeing the memories of a brutal war. He had heard sailors speak of the violin girl who stirred hearts with her tunes, and he vowed to find her. When they first met under the faint moonlight as Layla played, time seemed to stand still. Few words passed between them, but the music and the calm James brought to her restless soul forged a silent language of their own. The days that followed were like a dream. James helped Layla carve a new boat for her father, while his deep eyes taught her to read the stars. But the war he thought he'd left behind began to chase him anew. News arrived demanding the return of former soldiers to duty, forcing James to depart abruptly, promising Layla he would return with the next full moon. Months passed, and the village sank into a harsh winter. Layla continued to play her violin nightly on the snow-covered rocks, waiting. One morning, fishermen found a shattered boat near the shore, inside it a soggy letter bearing James's name, its words swallowed by ink and seawater. Layla never learned if he was alive or dead, but she refused despair. Years later, after the war ended, a limping man with a scarred face returned to the village. It was James, who had survived a naval battle with wounds that altered his appearance. Fearful of Layla seeing him this way, he hid among the crowds. But one night, he heard a violiness cry from the high rocks, the same haunting melody that once soothed his soul. His feet carried him helplessly toward the sound. When he emerged from the shadows, Layla stopped playing. She gazed at him long, then whispered, "You know, music never lies." From that day on, Layla and James were inseparable. Their small repaired boat became their sanctuary at sea, where Layla played new melodies infused with hope born of long waiting. Villagers say the violin's notes and the waves now blend until they're indistinguishable, as if the sea itself learns to play from an unbroken heart.